بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. O my Lord, expand for me my chest, ease for me my task, and remove the impediment from my speech so they may understand what I say. Ameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. You're listening to Ramadan FM. We are live on 87.7 FM. We're already on fast number 13, I think, of Ramadan. I'm really nervous today because I'm alone in the studio and everyone's looking at me. It's okay, inshallah, we'll be fine. For those of you that don't know, my name is Asiya. I'm here to present a show called Little Hearts with Leicester Hospital's charity. I am available to talk to you on the studio line, which is 0116 4822 The WhatsApp is 077 488 55055. I've been told that I talk a bit fast and I repeat the numbers really quickly, so I'm going to repeat them slowly again for you. 0116 4822 and the WhatsApp or SMS is 077 488 55055. We're based here at Ramadan FM, which is 207 Evington Road, Leicester, LE2 1QN, next door to Jaiwala. If you'd like to pop in and say salam, of course, you're more than welcome as always. Right, I said my name's Asiya. I am the Corporate Fundraising Officer for Leicester Hospital's charity, which means that I'm a professional fundraiser. I raise money for Leicester's 3 hospitals as a day job. I work within a team of about 10 of us, and we're all really great at raising money for Leicester's 3 hospitals. You might remember us from this past weekend where we had the Big Pledge Weekend. The Big Pledge Weekend is a 4-day-long fundraising activation that we have in Leicester City where we aim to raise a certain amount of money for a particular project at the hospitals. This week on Saturday was our pledge day, just gone, and we'll have some news to share with you, inshallah, over the course of the next few days. Over the next week or so, we'll be sharing some news with you. So if you'd like to keep an eye on our socials, I'll give them to you here now. If you'd like to follow us on Instagram, it's at LH Charity, so Lima Hotel Charity. On Facebook, we're Leicester Hospitals Charity. On LinkedIn, we're Leicester Hospitals Charity. And the website for you is www.leicesterhospitalscharity.org.uk. You'll be able to find news on there, impact stories on there, all of our latest campaigns or fundraising pages that you might like to set up for yourself or support are all based on that website. So this past weekend we raised money for the Leicester Children's Hospital, specifically for an ultrasound scanner. And the pledge day on Saturday raised an incredible amount of money from the community for this particular ultrasound scanner for the for the cardiac pediatric intensive care unit, which is also known as CPICU. CPICU is a location within the hospitals that supports the most critically ill children with complex heart conditions. And we were raising for an ultrasound scanner which would have supported these children in rapid diagnosis of various different issues that they might have. It would support them with, support clinicians with getting cannulas and blood tests from these really little children very easily, avoiding multiple needle attempts and avoiding unnecessary pain to the children as well. So as I say, if you'd like to keep an eye on our socials, we'll be able to give you an update later on, either this week or very early next week, inshallah, where you'll be able to join us in celebrating the incredible amount of money that we've raised together. I'm here until 3 o'clock today, so I do need your support in getting this show over the line. I did have a guest lined up for this show, but unfortunately, because of something else that was a bit more pressing that came in, they couldn't join me today. So I'm hoping to have them on next week, inshallah, between 2 and 3. This show is titled Little Hearts, and it's for a very particular reason. It's because our campaign this year for the Big Pledge Weekend was around the children's cardiac services at the hospital for the ultrasound scanner, but also because a lot of the Muslim community and a lot of our listeners would like to support the children's hospital, which is a great thing to do, and that means that we've titled the show like that for this year. We're going to toy about with some ideas for next year's show, inshallah, and see what we can come up with. But essentially, I'm a fundraiser, so the primary aim of this particular show is to raise awareness and you know, in the process raise money for the hospitals as a whole. What's next then for Leicester Hospitals Charity? We have something very special and something really quite important coming up, so that we can cater to everybody that would like to get involved with the hospitals. Even for those that can't maybe donate funds, they might like to be involved in another way. And I'd be really excited to share that with you, but I want somebody to ask me what that is before I go around just sharing it. I do feel like I'm talking to myself a little bit, so if you'd like to phone in, it's 0116 4822 086. And the WhatsApp number is 077 488 55055. You can find us on Facebook Live, I believe, YouTube Live, and probably on TikTok Live as well, because, yep, I've got a nod from production. TikTok Live as well. Ramadan FM has really moved up going into the trying to catch the youth on TikTok now, I'd imagine. But yes, please do text in, interact with the show. It's always lovely to hear from people that are listening. It's nice to know that I'm not just talking into the ether and to myself, because I'm sure production will pull me out of the studio very quickly if I carry on doing what I'm doing right now, which is just talking about myself and what I do at work. So please do call in, inshallah. It'd be lovely to speak to you. I was going to go in to talk to you about a campaign that we've got coming up over the course of the next couple of weeks, I suppose. So if you missed out, or if you couldn't join us in supporting the Big Pledge Weekend, this gone weekend on Saturday was our pledge day, then your next opportunity is coming up very, very soon, inshallah. We have partnered with the City Retreat, which is Oh, I've got a message in. Congratulations to you and the entire LHC team. A brilliant effort, and so many young lives will be saved and improved. What's next for the charity? And that's from Irfan Murajani. Irfan Murajani, if you don't know already, Jazakallah so much to Irfan for texting. You've saved my skin here a little bit, actually. Irfan, for those of you that don't know, is our wonderful anchor for our pledge day. We had him last year, and we were very lucky to have him again this year. He did an incredible job in supporting us with raising an incredible amount of money last year and this year. Jazakallah so much for your message, Irfan, and Jazakallah for all your support and for your time and all of the great words of encouragement that you send our way always. We're really grateful to have such a good working relationship with you, and long may it continue, inshallah. Ameen. What's next for the charity then? So the charity is in partnership this year with the City Retreat. The City Retreat is a hub, if you like, in Leicester City Centre. It's where people, especially reverts to the faith of Islam, can go and learn about Islam, can go and have somewhere to pray, can, in the month of Ramadan, break their fast. It's an incredible place, and it's a very lively and very welcoming environment in there. And we've partnered with them this year to create a campaign around getting Eid gifts into the Children's Hospital. Have we got a call? Yeah, we got a call. Excellent. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Who am I talking to?
You can't recognize the voice.
I can recognize your voice. It's Sal.
Yes, it is. How are you, Asiya?
I'm well, my love. How are you?
I'm okay, alhamdulillah. I just didn't want you to be talking to yourself
Thank
a little
you so
bit.
much.
So I thought I'd give you a bit of a conversation.
Yeah,
but
please
I'm excited to know. I just wanted to say when you explained exactly what we were fundraising for, and I can only imagine how important that is for the hospital, and for parents of the children, when for us as adults, I'm absolutely terrified of needles. Not many people know this. Maybe everybody knows this about me.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine what it's like for a child to have to go through that multiple times just to find a vein.
Yeah, it can be really horrible. It's, I didn't go into too much detail, and I think we did a good amount on the equipment on Saturday. But for the benefit of the listeners that weren't maybe listening on Saturday or didn't get a chance to be a part of the pledge day, the ultrasound machine that we were fundraising for is incredible in finding veins, very small, narrow, delicate veins with incredible precision, which means that clinicians don't need to go into attempt multiple times to draw blood or to cannulate an infant. And you're right, it is hard. Adults, even me, I'm not particularly scared of needles, but I don't enjoy having a blood test. I don't particularly enjoy a doctor poking and prodding around to find blood or to cannulate if I have to go into hospital. So for little children, especially those that are so small that can't quite comprehend what's going on or can't talk or verbalize how they feel about something, that must be really hard, right?
I can only imagine, honestly. Alhamdulillah, I've never had to be in a position, alhamdulillah, where Fatima Zahra has had to go through that. But for me, myself, like I said, I'm terrified of needles, and I just cannot imagine them digging in and then digging in again. So that puts a lot of parents, a lot of children to ease. But next question, Asiya, what is next? What's next for you? What's next for the charity?
Wow. Always moving along. So I was before you very kindly rang and saved my skin a little bit there, Sal. I was going into saying that we have the Eid gift drive coming up for Leicester Children's Hospital. So we partnered with the City Retreat. Do you know the City Retreat in town?
Yeah, I love the City Retreat.
It's incredible, isn't it? It's an amazing place. Yes, it's so really welcoming and full of light and noor and just incredible blessings, alhamdulillah. But we've partnered with them this year, and we're going to be collecting Eid gifts for the Children's Hospital at the City Retreat. Yeah, alhamdulillah, which is amazing. And I know the community has been calling out for something like this for quite a while. It's an important thing, isn't it, that we recognise and celebrate different faiths and different cultural observations, if you want to call them, or days that they celebrate. And Eid is obviously such a big one in the city. We have such a diverse community, lots of Muslims around. So the Eid gift drive is the next thing for the hospitals, which is in the month of Ramadan. So lots of blessings as always. We are collecting on the 27th of March, which is just a few days before Eid, inshallah. So 27th fast. Hopefully that will be too for most people, depending on when you started, of course, because of moon wars, but we won't go into that. But yeah, we'll be collecting toys, for children that are born premature or that are newborn, all the way up to age 16. So if you can spread the word, if you'd like to support, please do. We'd love to have you.
Definitely. Is it only in the form of physical toys, or can people make monetary donations?
They can absolutely make monetary donations. That's a good point. So if you can't drop off a Eid gift at the City Retreat, then absolutely drop off or make a donation online, I should say, rather than drop off. So if you go to leicesterhospitalscharity.org.uk/Eid Gifts 2025, I believe that's what it's called. If one of my team members could, if they're listening, if you could get in touch and just let me know what the right link is for the Eid gift drive this year, please, because I've not got it down on my piece of paper. But there's a page live on the website, and there's a donation button that you can click on there that'll take you through to make an online donation if you'd prefer to do that instead of buy a physical gift.
That's great. I'm very excited to get involved. Anything I can do, please let me know.
I will,
my
Jazakallah.
You know what I can and cannot do. But anything that you need help with, I'm always here. And inshallah, I'll definitely get on top of either finding donating some funds for those toys, or inshallah, even just taking Fatima Zahra out and choosing those toys with her. I think that would be really
it's a beautiful thing to do, isn't it? Yeah. We don't need tons of them. We need about 300 toys. So we'd like to give one to every child that's staying at the hospitals during the morning of Eid, and the play specialist will go around and hand deliver those toys to every child, regardless of whether they're Muslim, non-Muslim, from a different faith, from no faith. It doesn't matter, does it? Because it's about inclusion.
Exactly what you said. It's great for all of them to get it.
Yeah.
May you be rewarded for your hard work, and may this be accepted. And I really, really hope the people of Leicester can look within their homes and just gather some toys together and go drop them off, because like Asiya said so many times, it would be amazing to give these children who are stuck in hospital and critically ill an opportunity to at least receive a gift, whether they celebrate Eid or not.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing to do, babe. And you know what, Jazakallah so much for your help. You were so great on Saturday, you and Kat, both of you. And I know you've been for a long time very supportive of the work that I do. And I just want to say Jazakallah, just a huge Jazakallah for always supporting everything that I do, and always being there for all of it. So yeah, I'm really pleased to have you, babe.
All right. Anyway, anything else you need, you know where I am. I'll give someone else a chance to call in.
Oh, Jazakallah, babe. And I hope that they do. But we've had lots of texts, so you can hear those in a minute.
All right. I'm still listening. I'll be listening in. I'm doing my sourdough and listening. So, yeah.
Okay, babe. Enjoy your sourdough. Speak soon. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. That was lovely Sal. Sal is one of my really good friends who supported the Pledge Day as a volunteer on Saturday and donated, and just incredible everything she does. Really keen to get involved in charity work and just generally support local causes, national, international causes. So yeah, Jazakallah so much for ringing, Sal. We've had quite a few text messages come in, and that's nice to see. And my lovely Sarah from the office has also sent me the links. So I'm going to give you the Eid gift link first. It's Leicester Hospitals Charity.org.uk/Eid Gifts 2025. So Leicester Hospitals Charity.org.uk/Eid Gifts 2025. I'll go into a bit of detail about the Eid gifts in a minute, but I'm going to read out some of these messages that we've had in. The first one is from somebody called Zain. Assalamu alaikum, Zain. Jazakallah for texting in. Hi Asiya, what is the best thing about working for Leicester Hospitals Charity? Wow, okay, that's a question. I've got half an hour, and I know at the beginning I was complaining that I would need lots of interaction to full time, but that's a broad question. I don't think I can answer that in half an hour if I'm honest, but if I'm to sort of bring it down to the absolute crux of it, I think it's the team and just the incredible hard work that they put in, and all of us working together on projects, especially like the Big Pledge Weekend that we've just had, are so important, because it brings together all of our strengths and all of our expertise in various different areas, and we fundraise collectively over 4 days, and it's incredibly tiring and it's incredibly taxing, physically, mentally, just generally so exhausting for everyone. But you know what, we raised an incredible amount of money, and we should be so proud of what we've managed to do there, and I can't wait to share the announcement with all of the listeners moving forward. But I guess in a nutshell, it's when the team comes together to do something amazing and we manage to pull it off. That's probably the best thing about working for Leicester Hospitals Charity. And then we've had another text come in that says, can you tell us a bit more about what Leicester Hospitals Charity does? Of course I can. So Leicester Hospitals Charity is the official charity of the 3 hospitals in Leicester, which means that we fund into every ward and every department within Leicester's 3 hospitals. So University Hospitals of Leicester NHS Trust is known as an acute trust, which means that we are one of the biggest organisations in the NHS in the country. It means that we operate an incredible amount of employees at UHL, and we also see an incredible amount of patients. So to put numbers to that for you, we have 18,000 plus staff. I believe we're closer to 19,000 staff at Leicester's hospitals now, which, if you can imagine, is a huge number of people. We are the biggest employer in the city, and we service, or we see, if you like, 1.4 million patients annually through our 3 hospital sites. And of course, with patients comes a whole host of visitors and caregivers or parents or whoever it is into the hospital ground. So So we are a huge organisation, NHS organisation in the country, and the charity looks after a lot of the support for that entire sort of organisation to run. We support patients, we support staff, and we support visitors at our hospitals. That's our remit. So anything that we fundraise for, or anything that we purchase or fund for the hospitals, has to fit into those three allocations. The more the merrier, of course, because if we can buy things that are more beneficial to all three, that's even better, and it's a better use of the money that we've fundraised and that you and the community have very kindly donated. To give you a bit of an example about the kind of projects that the charity takes on, lots of you might be aware of the Children's Hospital appeal, which took place in, I believe we started fundraising for that in 2019 or 2018 or so, and the appeal closed at around 2021. 2021 is when that appeal came to a close. And that was a huge fundraising appeal in the city. We raised £7.5 million to create a standalone children's hospital, or the first phase of that in Leicester. Phase 2 will inshallah be part of the new hospitals programme, which is likely going to be towards 2032 for Leicester. So I hope that gives you a bit of a flavour of what we do. If you'd like to ask any more in-depth questions, if you'd like to know any more about any of the projects that we've got going on or have done in the past, please do reach out again and let us know. Production, keep it on the screen for me 1 second, because I've got another one to read out. This one's from Musa. Can you explain how we raise funds over this Big Pledge weekend? Of course. Thank you for your message, Musa. We raised funds over this Big Pledge weekend in various different ways. I'll give you a bit of an idea of how we raised them. We were visible across the city. We had pledge points at the Haymarket. We were at Beaumont Lee Shopping Centre, and we were at Ramadan FM over the weekend. We were also on pledge points across Leicester's 3 hospitals on Friday and on Monday. So at the pledge points, what we do is we ask people to give us a donation in exchange for playing games or for prizes or to enter the raffle, or of course they can make a donation and not do any of that other fun stuff, if you like, if they just want to make a donation and be on their way. We gave out balloons and goodie bags for any donation that anyone made. We had a pledge day on Ramadan FM on the Sunday, which is where the incredible amount of money that we will be announcing soon was a lot of that was raised. And before the Big Pledge weekend, what we do is myself and the team go out and seek match funding, and we allocate or we source fundraisers for the Big Pledge weekend. So match funding is something that we've come up with, whereby we go to businesses or individuals or to community members or groups or other charities that would like to support us, and ask them for a set amount of money that we can use during the pledge day or Big Pledge weekend to turn your donations into double what you've given. If you give, for example, this Big Pledge weekend, if you gave £5, the first £16,000 that was gifted to us by the community would have instantly been doubled. So your £5 would have been £10 immediately to the value of £16,000, because that's what we had secured. So that's another way of us raising money. And I suppose the final way, but one of the most incredible ways of raising money for Big Pledge weekend, is via fundraisers. So the team, myself and Cam and the teams that we look after, we operate the corporate and community portfolios within the charity, which is where people set up fundraisers, or business teams set up fundraisers and fundraise within their teams as a business or individually from their peers. And we had quite a few of them set up for Big Pledge weekend, which I'm not sure of the total, so you'll have to forgive me, but they raised a really nice amount of money for us towards the ultrasound scanner. You might have heard us mention the UHL security team fundraising for us on Friday of Big Pledge weekend, and they raised a lovely amount of money, and it was such a nice thing for them to do to support another area of the hospitals that they work within. I hope that helps. If you have any other questions, like I mentioned before, please do reach out. Don't be shy. I love to answer them. We've had lots of interaction already, so I'm really pleased about that. And then the final message on my screen at the moment is from somebody called Fatima. I know you hold a Christmas toy drive and Easter egg drive. Can you tell us if you've plans for an Eid gift drive? Yes, of course I can. I was talking about the Eid gift drive just before lots of these messages came in, so I apologise for having to cut that short. But I was saying that we're in partnership this year with the City Retreat, which is an amazing organisation in Leicester City Centre on Churchgate. And we'll be collecting Eid gifts for children at the City Retreat for Leicester Children's Hospital. So that is a gift for every single inpatient that we have on Eid morning. Gifts will be given out over the Eid period by the play specialists that we have at Leicester's hospitals. I'm hoping to have a play specialist on one of my shows in the coming weeks. We've got 2 more shows left, I believe. I'm not certain, but I think it's 2 more. I'm hoping to have one of the play specialists on, and they can tell you all the incredible things that they and their teams do. And yeah, we have plans for an Eid gift drive. It's on March the 27th, which is just a few days before Eid. We have booking slots. So the way to book a slot for the Eid gift drive is to get in touch with my lovely team member, Sarah Smullen, and her details are 0116 258 8531. Sarah, can you text me if that's right or if that's wrong? I think it's right. It's 0116 258 8531. Sarah will be able to book you a slot on that day. I believe we're collecting for half a day in the afternoon at the City Retreat, and we'll be accepting toys that are listed on the website only. So if you can, before calling Sarah, log on to leicesterhospitalscharity.org.uk/Eid Gifts 2025, all is one word at the end, Eid Gifts plural 2025. You'll be able to find a list of items that we'd like for you to purchase and drop off for the kids at the hospitals to the City Retreat on March the 27th, and Sarah would be more than happy to book you a slot. I've had another message that's come in. The Big Pledge weekend was so much fun this gone weekend. I can't wait to hear the wonderful news and achievements that our whole community have contributed towards, and it's always amazing to see local initiatives because, as we all know, charity starts at home. LH Charity never failed to make strides, and I have no doubt that the next Big Pledge weekend is going to be even bigger and better. Oh, Jazakallah, what a lovely message. Thank you so much to whoever that was that sent that in. You've not left a name, so please do text in a name with that. Or now that you've texted that in, please text us your name and if you supported us over the weekend with the Big Pledge weekend and how that was for you. It's a real nice thing to be able to do something for the community and read it out afterwards. It's only been a few days and we're all a little bit tired still in the office from the Big Pledge weekend, but actually we raised such an incredible amount of money. It's an amazing thing to be able to raise the money and let you know in the month of Ramadan exactly what that's going to be and where that money is going to have gone. I've had another message. We're very popular today, alhamdulillah. Salams Asiya, great initiative. Wish the Eid gift drive was around when I was younger, but that's okay. I got to see my relations that took time to come and see me. Alhamdulillah. Will you be posting the Eid links on your Insta? Yes, I will be. Jazakallah so much for your message and walaikum salam. I appreciate, that sadly when we were younger, the representation maybe or the diversity in communities might not have been there. And so we maybe didn't have a chance to support those from our generations or older generations with the same. But now that we have, we've got such a diverse community in Leicester and we'd like to be as inclusive as possible, and we want to celebrate everything all of the time. And so it's great that we can support the Children's Hospital with Eid gifts, and absolutely it will be on my Insta. Not just my Insta, it'll also be on the charity's Instagram page. So if you'd like to follow either mine or the charities or both, please do. I'm on at Asiya.Parekh, ASIYA.PAREKH, Asiya.Parekh on Instagram. And the charity's Instagram is LH Charity, Lima Hotel Charity on Instagram. So if you search either or both, we'll be posting that out very soon. I wanted to announce it here on Ramadan FM first because the first time that we ran the Eid Gifts initiative a few years ago when I first started at the charity was with the help and support of Ramadan FM. So I wanted to make sure that I launched it here first before launching it anywhere else on socials.
MashaAllah.
Thank you, Akil. MashaAllah. Very very good. Yeah, I wanted to make sure we launched it here first and not just on socials. The Ramadan FM partnership is one that's very important to us, and it's a valuable partnership for our outreach into the community, and being visible to our community, to my community, is really important to me personally. So this relationship is one that I really value, and the team are great at supporting us here at Ramadan FM. So there you go, Akil. I've said something nice about you now. It's thumbs up for me. I will be posting that inshallah later today. I'm not sure if we've got it scheduled to go out today on the charities, but if one of my team members again can let me know if we're going to be posting that today on the charities Instagram, then that would be great. Sarah has confirmed that I've read out the right number for her. So it's 0116 258 8531. If you'd like to call Sarah, she will gladly book you a slot for the City Retreats Eid gift collections. We will be there on the day. We'll make sure that we're there, with our branding. You can take pictures if you'd like to take pictures. Not that you have to, but, it's a nice memory to keep on your phone if you'd like. We're not going to be accepting hundreds and hundreds of gifts, but we'd like around 300 gifts if that would be possible. Akil is shaking his head. I meant to say thousands and thousands, Akil, okay? The fast is getting to me. I know it's getting to you as well. We're not going to be accepting thousands and thousands of gifts, but we need about 300 gifts. 300 gifts because we have approximately that amount of beds at Leicester Children's Hospital, and we'd like to give one gift to every patient who will be staying with us during that time, who are between the ages of newborn and 16 years old. There's a list on the website for what we'll be accepting and what criteria that needs to follow. So all of the gifts, for example, need to be brand new because of infection prevention. They need to be with tags on. They need to have the right CE markings. They need to be age appropriate, that kind of thing. So please take time to have a look on the website first, leicesterhospitalscharity.org.uk/Eid Gifts 2025. Okay. So I've gone through the Eid Gifts campaign, and I've gone through the Big Pledge Weekend campaign. You guys have been really interactive with me, so jazakallah so much. I'm going to read out the numbers for the studio and the WhatsApp again. 0116 4822 086. And the WhatsApp number for the studio is 077 488 55055. Outside of that, then, what's next for Leicester Hospitals Charity? So we've just had the Big Pledge Weekend. We're going to have the Eid gift drive in Ramadan as well on the 27th of March. After that, we have big plans for an amazing day with Leicester City. We're going to be visible across the stadium on a takeover day. We're going to be there and be collecting with the support of the Vichai Foundation and LCFC themselves. We're one of their Charity of the Year partners, so that's some incredible news that's come out this year. I'm a corporate fundraising officer, so from my perspective, I'm always looking for businesses to reach out to me or to Sarah or both of us with any opportunities or anything that they'd like to do with the hospital. So please feel free to reach out to me on any of the numbers that I've mentioned here today, or you can just have a look. I mean, generally the way is to have a look on LinkedIn. So if you search Asiya Parekh on LinkedIn, you'll find me there, and please feel free to send me a connection request and a DM, and I'll make sure to book in a meeting with you, no problem at all. If you'd like numbers, that kind of thing, please just text the studio, and I'm sure we'll be able to share that with you, no problem, inshallah. After that, we have the big abseil coming up in July, which is a 100-foot abseil down the side of the Windsor building at the Leicester Royal Infirmary. It is, for someone like me, very scary, but not for everyone. Sarah in my team has done it. Lots of the other members of the team have done it. I'm not sure if maybe Ross has. I know Cam has. So yeah, if you'd like to be involved in that, please do call the office, ring up the community team or the corporate team, and we'll be able to allocate places for you for that. The numbers for the office, if you want, are 0116 258 8709, or you can call Sarah directly on 0116 258 8531. So the Big Ab sale will be coming up. We've got plans for a fun day this year, like a sponsored walk with a fun day attached to it. So we've got plans for that this year. We'll be doing one of my favorites again, Boss Breakout, which is a corporate fundraising event where we take lots of business leaders, CEOs, directors, that kind of caliber of person, and we lock them into a pop-up shop that we create for one day. And they can't leave until they've raised a targeted amount of money, and the day is set up a bit like an escape room style event where they've got to solve puzzles and play games and that kind of thing to be able to be let out and to raise money and to get various different things over the course of the day to support them in raising money. So that will be, inshallah, in November again this year. So lots of big plans for the charity, lots going on, lots and lots of things that we'd love to share with you. So do keep an eye on our socials, and there's always the opportunity to join the mailing list if you'd like to be the first to hear about new events that we have, if you'd like to be one of the first to hear about the impact that you've helped to create as part of the Big Pledge Weekend, or as part of any activity that we've done. If you'd like to join the mailing list, please do just drop me a quick message on any of the various numbers that I've read out, and I'll make sure to make that happen for you. Akil, could you show me how much time I have left, please? Jazakallah. 9 minutes left. Right. Okay. So can we get somebody to call in and speak to me for the next few minutes, because I've given you so much information now and I'm fasting and my mouth is very, very dry. So if we can have somebody ring the studio on 0116 4822 086, or if you could WhatsApp on 077 488 55055. We are live on Ramadan FM 87.7, I believe DAB digital radio as well. We should be live on Facebook and YouTube and TikTok, and we're based here right in Leicester on Evington Road. I'm Asiya, and I've been talking to you about Leicester Hospitals charity. We are the official charity of the three hospitals here in Leicester, and we raise an incredible amount of money with your help, with the help of the community, with the help of businesses, with the help of individuals, in order to enhance care, in order to make care kinder for Leicester's community as a whole. We service up and down the country sometimes with the specialisms that we hold and the specialisms that we have. So absolutely, if you'd like to get in touch with us for any of that, or if you'd like to support any of our work in any other way, like the Eid gift drive by dropping off some gifts for the Children's Hospital, then please do get in touch. We'd be more than happy to hear from you and more than happy to accommodate you in any way that we can. Are there any questions that we've got, Akil, that I can maybe read out? No questions. Okay, no problem at all. We'll just have to waffle on a little bit for 8 minutes more then. So Ramadan FM then, how did the partnership with Ramadan FM start? Ramadan FM, I've been radio presenting for a while. I haven't done a solo radio show in a long time, which is why maybe I'm struggling a little bit today. But I've been presenting on the radio for a fair amount of time now. And for work, I started presenting again about 4 or 5 years ago, which is when I've been employed by Leicester Hospitals Charity for about coming up to 4 years now. And the amazing thing about our partnership with the radio is the activation that we're able to achieve and the support that we're able to get from the Muslim community as a whole. It's an incredible platform to be able to support causes. It's an incredible platform to be able to come on to and discuss issues that are important to us, that are important to the listeners of Ramadan FM, and really have or really give a voice to everyone in the city, no matter who they are and which background they come from. We at the charity are very proud of our partnership with Ramadan FM because of that reason, because of the fact that we're able to access an audience that isn't otherwise attainable to us in any other way. We can't accept zakat at the charity. We take donations of sadaqah and lillah only, and that's because zakat is an amana and it should go to the right place, absolutely. But without Ramadan FM, we wouldn't be able to activate in the same way as we do at the moment in terms of the Muslim community and and exactly what we do on the radio for our pledge day. We've had one for 2 years in a row now, and alhamdulillah, they're really successful for us, and they do really well for us. And partnering with organizations like the City Retreat without Ramadan FM would also not be possible. So it's an incredibly special relationship to us, and we value the activation that Ramadan FM provides and it allows for us. It started 4 years ago, and I've been presenting various shows or I've been presenting a similar setup of show, but called various different things over the course of the last 4 or so years. And this year we named it Little Hearts with Leicester Hospitals Charity because of the fact that we had the Pledge Day, which was around fundraising for children's cardiac services and children's heart services at Leicester's hospitals. It has been an incredible journey this year for Big Pledge Weekend, and making sure that we get the right amount of funds in for this particular piece of machinery that we wanted to buy. It was an ultrasound scanner that we fundraised for all weekend. And, alhamdulillah, we did an incredible job with the support of Ramadan FM, with the support of the listeners, and with the support of the community as a whole. And we've been very lucky to garner lots of support and lots of interest from the community for our work as a whole, as part of this partnership that we have with the radio. I started presenting years ago, but I got back into the swing of things when I became a fundraiser after my little boy Yahya passed in 2020, and Ramadan FM had an activation for the Children's Hospital Appeal at the time, which I was a part of and alhamdulillah involved in, to be able to raise funds for his legacy. But being a fundraiser, it's not always easy, but it's always rewarding. There's always an incredible amount of reward, and even if it's not external reward, if people don't recognize you, that's fine. That internal reward and the internal peace and internal happiness that you achieve from fundraising or from doing something for somebody else. In this case, it's raising money for the hospitals or for, people who are in a similar position to the position that I was in. Absolutely rewarding. And I think my entire team would agree with me on that. I think that anybody who's fundraised for any cause, whether that's as a professional fundraiser or whether that's as a community fundraiser, raising from your peers for a cause that is important to you, I think all of us can agree that fundraising is one of those things that actually brings you exceptional, genuine joy and happiness in your life. So if ever there's anybody out there that wants to fundraise, whether that be for us or whether it be for any other charity, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm always more than happy to talk you through what the best ways are to fundraise, if that's what you'd like. I've been doing it as a job for a little while now, so I'm probably a little bit qualified to talk on the topic. But if you want any tips or hints of how to go about doing that, or what the best platforms are for fundraising, or other professional fundraisers out there that want to set up maybe a networking group or want to join me in setting up a podcast, we have the lovely podcast studio here from Ramadan FM now, so I'm sure we can get together and sort something out, inshallah, over the course of the year, to be able to provide that access and that knowledge to the community about fundraising and why it's so important that we keep on top of fundraising for local causes here in Leicester. So yeah, please do reach out. My Instagram is open and you're able to message me on there. It's at Asiya.Parekh, so please feel free. I'm on LinkedIn as well, and generally across all of the social media platforms. Or if you just contact the studio, I'm sure that Akil or anybody else in the studio won't mind just passing your message over to me, and I'll be able to reply back to you directly, inshallah. For those of you that might have just tuned in, we've got about 2.5 minutes left now, so I'm just going to repeat some of the details for the Eid gift drive that we've got. The Eid gift drive is a activation that we're doing with the City Retreat in Leicester City Centre, based on the Church Gate. It is a half a day that we've set aside on March the 27th to collect Eid gifts for the children's wards or departments at Leicester Children's Hospital. City Retreat have very kindly partnered with us and offered us their venue in order to collect the Eid gifts this year. So Jazakallah so much to Asiya and Mohammed Jusab and the team there that have supported us with the Eid gift drive this year. It is a gift for every inpatient child at Leicester Children's Hospital over the course of Eid. So over the days of Eid, we're collecting on the 27th. The gifts will start being given out from the 28th onwards. Any child that's in the hospital over the period of Eid, regardless of what their faith is, what background they come from, whether they're of faith or no faith, it's about inclusion. It's about giving to our community as well as other communities for this particular activity, and as it should be for all activities. The importance of celebrating one's faith and one's important days at the hospital are something that's not easily accessible all of the time because of the pressure that's on the clinical staff to be able to do a good job medically, and that will always come first and foremost. That's where the charity comes in, and we enable the children's services or any services across our hospitals to do a little bit more and to have the support from us in order to purchase the gifts, or we can drop off the gifts and they can give them out. If you'd like to find out more about the Eid gift drive, it's Leicester Hospitals Charity.org.uk/Eid Gifts 2025. If you'd like to phone and book a slot for March the 27th, please ring Sarah on 0116 258 8531 and Sarah will be able to book you a slot. Please have a look at the website before you ring Sarah, because there's information on there that you will need before speaking to Sarah to book a slot. So please do have a look at the website, and we look forward to hearing from you. We'd love to welcome you and collect your gifts from you to give out to the children. As I mentioned, my name is Asiya. We're coming up to nearly 10 seconds out now. Jazakallah so much for listening, and Jazakallah for all your interaction today. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.